Welcome everybody back to NIGHTCALL. Now, last time we started up the Sandman case, and now it's time to go ahead and finish it. Night 5. So yep, I only have 2 more nights to do. The problem is, the whole time playing, I haven't run into any of the suspects. Now I'm narrowed down to 2. I think it was Anita and Geraldine. Neither of them are nearby. The only people that are nearby are the people that I've talked to before, and I kind of want to talk to different people. I guess I'll talk to the Masked Joker. I like him more than the movie buff, personally. Kind of just want to see someone different, though. I need a driver, now. Okay. You have discovered 50% of the Passadex base game. Oh, that's cool. You park in front of a large glass ML building, as huge as it is generic. From your taxi, you can see the entrance, a large glass door, a very long reception desk, and a sleeping security guard. You look at the time, glance at your gas and oil levels. Your finger lingers in front of the radio. I'm gonna not turn the radio on. You know exactly what's gonna happen. You start listening to a song, wouldn't be very good, but it'll get stuck in your head and you'll be singing it for the rest of the week. You'd rather avoid that. Still no passenger in sight, you glance at the entrance. The guard is still there, fast asleep. He's so far gone, he's slowly slipping off his chair. Ever so slowly. Before he slips onto the floor. And still doesn't move. He's dead. A gunshot in the distance, another, then the crackle of a series of small explosives. Windows shatter. The passenger finally appears, comes out the glass door without a second thought, and jumps in your cab. Drive, now. Your adrenaline steps on the accelerator. Go fast. I'm doing what I can. Faster, as fast as possible. He lifts up his t-shirt to expose a shoulder bag he's wearing underneath. It's a bomb. He lowers his shirt. Are you insane? On the contrary, tonight you and I are going to save lives. He is eerily calm. He smiles a crooked smile. I need a moment to think. He lays his eye on you, pauses, and like an orphan who wants seconds, dare ask, You happen to know where I can get rid of this thing? You don't have a plan? No. Well, yeah, I had a plan. Ask you to come pick me up and ask you if you knew where I could get rid of this thing. Especially because it's going to explode in just a few minutes. How many? I'd rather not say. Tell me now. In 5 minutes. You're quite certain your heart is currently beating at the same speed as a hummingbird's wings. Or rather in 5 minutes, 1 minute ago. Or maybe it stopped beating. But the good news is that I just had an idea. The scene. The scene? If I throw the bomb in the scene, it won't hurt anyone. You don't think twice and turn sharply towards the river. How long till we get there? It's gonna be tight. Oh, I knew you were the right man for the job. He tries to smile. Your action lets him know he'd best keep quiet. Light at the end of the street turns yellow. I'll run the light. You keep driving right through the red light. No other car in sight. Just you. The guy in back. With the bomb. That was daring. Guess I'd leave it at that. The street you are on the runs into the avenue. No light, no right of way. All good. But at the end, there's a light. It's green for now. For the pedal to the metal. I wanted to thank you. 50 meters to go, still green. You've been an incredible partner to have. 25 meters, still green. You drive full speed ahead on the next street. In the backside, you can hear your passenger's tiny voice. You know where you're going? We reach the road back in 20 seconds at most. Pass the bus in the night. Whatever happens, a bunch of drunk guys cross the street. I want to say, you swerve around them. I think after tonight, one of them falls backwards. I'm done with all this. You didn't hit him. He just had too much to drink. I'm going to stop now. One last turn of the wheel and you're on the quay. Brake pedal, handbrake, the back door opens, your passenger simultaneously take an acrobatic leap out. He commando rolls and stands up in a straight stance like a baseball pitcher. He throws the bomb in the scene. You watch him climb back up. You hold your breath, the bomb touches the water. Half a second later, it explodes. A wave of muddy water pours on the quay. Your car is now covered in brown splotches. We had 1 second to go. He offers his left hand. You saved our lives. I'm not sure that's true. Oh, yes, it is. Listen, I gotta run. It's a bit complicated to explain why, but let's just say, this might seem weird, but the police are corrupt to the core. You try not to burst out laughing. I know. He smirks. It's hard to tell with you. I never know whether you're being sarcastic or not here. Another handshake. This time he slips you cash. Good luck. He starts running. 3 strides. He crosses the deserted street and disappears down an alley. You grin. Your siren this makes you raise your head. You decide to clear out before the police start sticking their noses into your night. Okay, well, I just disposed of a bomb. Great way to start off. Still no suspects. What's the clerk got to tell me? Two young women escort girls across the street in front of you, surrounded by a group of businessmen. You pull over and stop at a gas station. I guess I can pump it full. I mean, I really don't need to, but I'll just do it. Talk with the clerk. Oh. Cool. The newspaper rarely gives me anything, but I'll buy it just in case. Let's go ahead and leave. Is there anyone nearby? If not, I'm just going to read the newspaper. No suspects. Read the newspaper then. Pull the newspaper out of your glove compartment and start leading through it. Eventually something grabs your eye. It's a photo of a porn French athlete, a well-known tennis player. He's just been arrested in Switzerland for embezzling millions of euros in image reproduction rights. You sigh. You turn the page and stop. You've read about a third of the newspaper. Keep reading. You stop reading and go back a few pages. You thought you saw something. It's a rather enthusiastic article about a bar named Napo. You make note of the information with interest. In your line of work, that the kind of thing can always come in handy. You only have a third left to read. As soon as you get to the page, you stop and your instinct tells you to look at it. It's an article about inheritance and wealth in France. They mention Henri du Tilix. The journalist explains why the execution of his will has been blocked since the murder. It makes you think. The information just goes so well with the theory that the killer killed for money. You shut the paper and it'll end up in the trash tonight. If you remember, it's there. So they didn't kill for money, so it's probably someone wealthy. Which helps my case. Honestly, I just want to go... I think I'll survive a night just going sightseeing. Dun 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 dun. See if I get anything here. The headquarters of Secret Escort Paris is rather rustic, looking a fair wedge between two buildings. 2 stories, wooden shutters, dead flowers, window boxes, no doubt zapped by the cold. There's a light on downstairs. Not exactly sure what the plan is, maybe a big note until you get some answers. You climb out of the cab. You enter the building through a door opening directly on an office. That's probably where the whole house is, like rooms converted into meeting rooms and archives. But it's the temperature that really surprised you. It's practically colder inside than out. Can I help you? A young man wearing a parka, boots, and mittens enters the room and gives you a thorough looking over the invisible blinds. Ah, at last, the heating man. Tell me you're here to fix the heat. I'm here for the heat. He places the file he's holding on your desk and walks over to you. I'm happy to see you, man. I must have called your boss 50 times. Keep saying it's Christmas. The young man breaks into a long drawn story about the heat breaking down. You listen without a word. He grabs hold of your arm and leads towards various rooms of storage here where there are archive boxes and old water here. Must have cheapskate. We've had it. Really have. His small voice suddenly seems muffled by the his file sector. You think you'll be able to fix it? I'll have to look at it first. Good. I'll let you take a look. Doors are open. People come and go. Here's the police. He laughs and guts go your line. You take a step out, his eyes glued to you. I'm next door if you need anything. For anything I asked. You give him an eye as you exit the room, then you turn your attention to the boiler. Judging by the young man, he'd probably leave you alone a while, but you don't want to overstay your welcome. There's no telling when I return. Better take a look at the hot water and risk not having time. Check the boiler. Walk up, crouch down. Stand up and turn your attention to the boxes near the boiler. Boxes are in the boiler, wet and moldy. You immediately realize you hit the jackpot. Lists, databases, print out. Ooh, that's good. One of them seems to be a secret. I'll take that. Left. Invoice and estimates, pay slips from the 90s. Take the receipt. Okay. Boxes after box full of stuff, nothing else. You stand up, stuck to the right, and go back to the boiler. He looks up from your phone with a serious expression. Come with the excuse to leave. I was checking to see if we could change right away. I'll do my best. You exit the room and walk towards the young man and calls out, Hey! Do you drink coffee? Nah. The young man seems disappointed. There's tea too, I think so anyhow. Thanks. You exit the building. A moment later, you're back in the cab. You turn the key ignition, let the engine idle, waiting for the heat to warm you. You pull out the list, give it a quick going over a few familiar names jump out at you. Place a document in the glove compartment. You'll go over it more carefully later tonight. Look at the other document, give a slow nod. It isn't one of this. Dang it. You up the other list. Fuck. You can't help smiling. Must be the adrenaline, the fear. You give your head a shake like a dog. Start your cab. The night's still young. Well, I got one piece of information, so that's good. I got this guy. Yeah, we should probably actually drive some people. As much as I'd love to get more evidence, it's not the last night. We have one more night left to go get evidence. After that, we can worry about it. Boyfriend and I headed to the Vince's. Okay. A couple gets in your taxi. If you add it up, their total age cannot be more than 40, I mean. They glance at each other nervously and occasionally grab hands affectionately. He speaks first. Despite being built like a tank, his voice is soft and a bit hesitant. Vanessa's, please. You detect a southern accent. You have an address? The castle? She gives him a look and he tries again. The metro station, actually. You start driving. The couple is restoring the back seat. The words are sometimes covered by the sound of the radio, the street noise, and the motor. Idiot, the castle. You think we're gonna sleep there? Yeah, but I don't know where to... You smile. Passengers always think you can't hear them when you whisper in the back of the cab. No big deal. The hotel is right next door anyway. Actually, though, you can hear everything. A hotel of yours? I'm just not feeling it. Why? That's all. On our website, it looks old. Tiny beds. We can get a double bed. I'm just not feeling it. A moment of silence. What should we do then? We can ask him. Who? The driver? The boy raises his voice. What, are you crazy? They glance at you, hoping you haven't heard anything. You must know some hotels, I'm sure of it. Go ahead, ask. I think it's strange. The guy's a taxi driver. I'm sure people ask him all the time. Me? Why me? You're the one that doesn't want to wait for my parents to leave us their place. It's not why, it's just your room is too what? There are posters on the wall and, well... Oh, come on, please. Start with your excuse. You're just afraid of my old man. Awkward silence. Go on, ask. She rolls her eyes. Fucking loser. She looks at you. Hey, sir? Yes? So here goes. We need some advice. My boyfriend and I are looking for the hotel in Venice. Something not too pricey, but clean. With a double bed. No one cares about the double bed, Tony. Doesn't give a shit. Shouldn't be doing this. I'm sorry? Listen, I don't want to be impolite, but you're too young to be getting a room together. Your passenger stares at you speechless. It's inappropriate. Do it at home. No. I'm gonna insist. What is it to you? Nothing. Nothing at all. I'm just saying if I had to do it over. Stop right there. She pulls her boyfriend's sleeve. I don't want to know anything about the first time you have no right to tell me what we should or shouldn't do. You're just trying to help, Kenley. I couldn't care less. I'm not staying 1 second longer in the taxi with this weirdo. She opens the door and grabs her boyfriend by the arm. Good night, asshole. She slams the door. You hear them arguing outside. You drive on. Aw, I didn't even pay me. Fuck you guys. Man. Alright, movie buff. You're always nearby, so I guess we're just driving the movie buff around all the time now. Say no one, please. You recognize the young woman getting your taxi. It's the young movie buff. She glances up, recognizes you, and clasps her hands together excitedly. You start driving. Oh, man, I am... The passenger heaves an enormous sigh. Troubled. Very troubled. Deeply troubled. I saw that movie with the ghost, another old one, but I really want to see it. It's iconic. Sixth Sense, or something like that. She is categorical when she says, it is totally pointless. I mean, yeah, okay, good soundtrack, good actors, especially the kid. But it's kind of the movie where you already know what's going to happen. Everyone knows. Her voice gets progressively louder. So why keep showing it? Why sell a DVD, for fuck's sake? Very slowly. There's 2 hours of my life I won't get back. But surely. I see dead people. Shut the fuck up, stupid kid. Maybe you see movies that are dead. Jesus. She pouts in silence. A moment of silence goes by, her anger subsides. You glance in the rearview mirror. She's completely still. All of a sudden, you hear a little sniffle. You see a tear. Everything okay? Yeah. She sounds emotional. Choked up. It doesn't seem like it. It's just, sometimes, it seems like I've already seen everything, you know? It sucks. Totally fucking sucks. She sniffles. I go see a movie and I'm sure I already saw it. I mean, that one was old. Recent movies all give me the same impression. Where are all the surprises, the adventure, the... magic? She looks at you. Yeah, there's that. In any case, the movies don't make me dream anymore. Even when I see a good one like tonight. Thought you didn't like it. Oh, no, I did. It's just, I already knew it. I'd seen it without having to see it. She stops to think for a moment. Yeah, you're right, actually. We need more magic. He heaves a sigh loud enough to make the taxi shudder. Movies just don't really excite me anymore. Or I hate them so much they put me in the worst mood. I want to make movies that are so cool people will leave them totally enthralled. They'll talk about the movie for hours, not because it's about their favorite superhero or because they like the color of his underwear or something, but a real discussion like one you'd have to do for the debate team. I mean, really prepared, right? Not just copying text off the internet and changing a few lines so you don't get busted. He sighs. Shit, I'm sorry, I'm in such a bad mood. Maybe I'll read a few books, that should calm me down, but a change of pace, a nice break. Pull in front of your passenger's building, she pays her fare and pauses, tad embarrassed. When I said the shrink was actually a ghost, I didn't ruin the movie, did I? I already seen it. A big smile spreads across her face. Whew, I was scared there for a second. Okay, good night. She jumps out of her cab. You watch her until she's inside her building. You drive off. Alright, movie buff. Really, no one... Oh, dang, there's no one near me. This... oh my god, I'm already almost out of time. I don't think I can talk to the clerk again, right? I assume you can only talk to the clerk once per night. Well, actually, can I... Listen to the news. You happen upon the nighttime news. Saudi and Raven just bought the Eiffel Tower of a French couple. It's obviously a hoax, but just in case the anchor adds that the very lights of 2 million should have been enough to tip them off. As soon as the news is over, turn the radio off so the cab is silent again. Well, I didn't make much money tonight, but I got information. That information should help, although I'm pretty sure it's Gelderine. It's a shelter for homeless people. When it's too cold out, you bring Herv here. Alright. You close the front door behind you, but you freeze. Someone was here. You know it. You can feel it. You notice a crushed cigarette butt on the ground. Yeah, it's one of yours, but it's been smashed with a thick shoe. You pick it up, look at it, put it back in the ashtray. Files on the table, evidence on the wall. Yes, someone's been here. Basset? Basset? No, why? What would the point be? If she wanted to pay you a visit, she would have come to talk to you or make fun of your ass. Your mind carefully avoids the most obvious explanation. The Sandman. It had to be him. Actually, there's no way it could have been anyone else. You take a deep breath. You must be dreaming. You're going crazy. You can't think straight anymore. If you're not careful, you're going to become completely paranoid. They decide to ignore your hunch. After all, maybe you're the one who stepped on that cigarette before leaving last night. You take a few minutes to update your board with your new clues. Bus goes by, making the walls shake. You sigh and get to work. That's all I have. Okay. Victim 4 was a member of the secret escort. 70. Who's that even? I guess that would have went to him, but really that doesn't matter. So they're all clients of him. I assume they're all clients of Christoph, because I think he's an escort. Victim 2, member of secret. Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean member and client? I mean, they work there as well? Member of secret escort database. Victim 1's death equals scapegoat. Victim 1 used to work in the mafia. Huh. Kinda goes for you. Witness described killer as old man or woman from the gas station. They're saying it's Alexandre. How the hell would he get? Retired mailman, good physical state. She never pressed charges. He's not. Is he 179? He actually does fit the description though. Client. Yeah, he's an escort. Why would he be getting escorts though? Burn marks on the body, done while alive. I guess he does fit the bill. Victim 2, secret client and also member. Member of the database. Push victim 4 to sell shares. Maybe it actually is Alexandre. I kind of ruled him out. Because he lost his grandson. He was a vocal protester. But how would he get the muscle relaxers? Because surprised by injection. It wouldn't make sense how he'd get the muscle relaxers. I mean, he is old. And I just ruled him out. Okay. I don't know if any of this escort stuff really helps. Oh my god. Because who would shoot? Oh my golly. I think there was something that said they didn't do it for money. Am I crazy? I swear that's one of the... Member of the Satyrs found. Weapon used on you, World War II gun. Now I'm thinking, I was really certain it was Geldarine. But it said old man or woman. Why would he be getting escorts, though? Maybe it's just a coincidence? I don't know what the heck that was. Whoa. Leading to an asphyxia. He's old, so he could have access to muscle relaxant because of his condition, because he's, you know, he's older man. Would make sense. Geldarine. To be fair, there's not that. She doesn't. Is she old? Doesn't seem. I guess she's old? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. It can't be Camille. These two fit the height thing. She's close to it, though. But she's not old. No, she is old. Are all three of them old? They're all three old. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Scapegoat. Victim 1 worked for Group Diamante. Fired from Group Diamante for years before Albatross. Burn marks. If he was an arsonist, you think maybe he could have figured out that guy was an arsonist and you think he's the cause of the fire? Which would make sense. Strangled post-mortem. I think everyone, they cried. He did refer, because if you noticed earlier when our guy was talking, he said he. And the only guy that it literally can be is Alexandre. I don't know if it's just because it's called the Sandman, and that's why he's talking about a guy. Maybe I'm just reading too much into things. I was really sure in this Geraldine, though. It can't be her. There's not that much evidence against her. Grandson died in the fire. He fits that. Described as an old man or woman. When it's described, Victim 1 worked for Group Diamante. He has a motive. Does anyone else have a motive? What would her motive be? She already left, so it could be out of vengeance, but I think only the first one worked. Victim 2. Strangled post-mortem. Tears. Member of the secret escort database. I don't think these people would maybe Alexandre would be linked to the escort? Jollerine be linked to the escort? She could use a gun. Burn marks on the body done while alive. I did use this for the muscle relaxant though. I don't think it's Anita. I'm gonna go cross her off because I don't. Now I took him out earlier, but the old man thing, like, maybe it's just the way that they're designed, but like you can literally see the wrinkles and like the forehead. Like, she doesn't look old. Maybe because there's not much detail, but like I look at her and she doesn't look old. Alexandre looks old, but it's only from the gas station. The escort stuff really doesn't help. I already know that he's an escort. He was around. They were surprised by injection. They said it's over 1mm 80, and these two only fit that. I think it's one of them. But strangled. He doesn't good physical state behind his alcoholism. Didn't they say the killer was in a good physical state? They're all in a good physical state. He's an average. It's obvious he's just a throwaway. And he's tall. And he attacked during a protest. Arsonist. I don't know. That old man thing is making me think it's Alexandre, but I swear if it's Jolderine, now I've switched my mind. Okay, we got one more day. We got one more day to think about it. No need to dilly-dally for so long on this. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. I get one more day. Sometimes you're so tired you can't seem to get any rest. You'd like to understand how that's even possible. Is that a train in the distance? You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside your studio. Take a swig of drink. Dang, the movie buff is still here. At this point, let's just get all your dialogue out of the way. You're this close, I might as well. Say your name, please. You recognize the young woman? It's the movie buff. She glanced out, recognize you. You start driving. Oh my god, man. Man, Jesus. This movie, I don't know what to do with myself. It was so strange. The preview alone was sketchy. There were these dinosaurs and that hottie my mom's really into. Two things that just don't go together. Like a burger and a glass of wine. But hey, I like dinosaurs, so I figured I'd go, you know? Anyway, you don't even see the dinosaurs for an hour and 20 minutes. And then you have to sit through seaweed and microorganisms floating in the water. The mood in the theater was super awkward. I mean awkward, man. The name of the movie is Tree of Life, but it was more like the most boring moment of my life, if you know what I mean. Okay, so, the story. I swear, man. I don't understand a goddamn thing. There's this couple taking care of their kids. Sometimes everything's fine. Sometimes the mother floats up off the ground. She rolls her eyes. Every once in a while, you see a guy put his finger under a running faucet. At the end, you see him running barefoot on a beach. Didn't understand a goddamn thing. Seriously, when I make my own movies, I'll have a rule. Just one. You'll be able to understand why someone does something. Because the faucet, the down at the beach, what could they possibly mean? I mean, that guy just runs and runs and runs. Unstoppable. It was like an ad for perfume. Way too long. I really needed to pee. Couldn't take it anymore. So, where was I? The mom floats? Oh yeah, she floats alright. Like, she lifts off the ground, and she makes pies. They go to the pool, play baseball. And they're all outside. The sun is starting to set. She starts to dance, and bam, she floats. Like, no big deal. Honestly, it's like a summer vacation flick, but everyone's on shrooms. Now, I mean, it's pretty, right? The pictures and all. Camera floats, flies over everything, like an angel wearing one of those cameras on its foreheads. But I just didn't get the weirdo stuff. The young woman delivery is lulling to sleep. She remains silent for all 3 seconds before starting again. How about you? You like dinosaurs? I mean, yeah, they're alright. Ah, cool. I love dinosaurs. Everyone should. You know that birds are dinosaurs. She pauses. Or maybe it's the other way around. They're all part of the same family anyway. I saw it online. Actually, when you see a pigeon at Telesos, I don't know what Telesos is, you can see right away they have something in common. Takes a deep breath. But really, throwing a bunch of downs into a preview just to get people to come to your movie? Totally uncool. You reach your destination. He keeps talking about dinosaurs and birds. She pays for fare. Finally get a cab. She walks away, but can't help but crack. Watch out for those velociraptors, okay? You smile. As soon as the young woman enters your building, you leave. No tip. Could have gave me a tip, but okay. Well, you're the only one nearby, and there's still no suspect, so alright, what's up? Where you want to go? I have to get back to the 16th. Dang, that's a far one. Next passenger in your cab enters in a cloud of extremely heavy perfume. It's a well-known scent, one you often see advertised on the Champs-Élysées. The woman must be in her 50s. She has impeccable posture. The fur she wears around her neck must be worth several days' pay. She opens her mouth. Good evening. Before you start driving, I just need to tell you something very... She purses her lips, attempting to stiff the word that's about to come out, then raises a finger. Shit! Whore! She continues to look at you, the same smile frozen on her face. She's like just shouted gibberish at you, but her face isn't budged, like she isn't even aware of what she said. She purses her lips even hard. What? She shakes her head. I am truly sorry. Please hear me out. You are so taken aback that you find nothing to say. I'm suffering from major emotional trauma, so you have triggered very strong verbal episodes. They're exhausting, to be honest. I hope you can understand. Please know that I don't believe a single word that I'm saying. I'm just not even going to read those parts. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead. It's my husband. She shrugs. Married for 25 years, 2 kids, a house on the coast, all sorts of fun plans for the future, then... And a sad fly smash. Okay. She looks at you. I'm used to it. Thank you for your understanding. She grins for just a second. Here I am scratching to live alone for the first time at 50. Crazy, isn't it? Alrighty. It's really not so easy. You bite your cheek to avoid laughing and start driving. With a bit of luck, your passenger won't say anything for the remainder of the ride. Your passenger heaves a sigh. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. For a second, you don't know what she's talking about, but then... Alright. Some days are harder than others. It must surprise people. Oh, it does. It's more than teasing. You see... Okay. She looks away for a second, just goaded by her own coarseness. Our neighbor's son shakes her head. It's a long story. They're expats, Chinese. She works for Chanel, I think, and he for a big import and export company. I can't remember its name. Transatlantic sodomite. Something like that, anyway. Besides, she's getting annoyed with herself. Her only son used to come help with his French. My husband and me. Now that we're separated, he still comes around. But he films me. Oh, he's discreet about it, of course. He slips his phone in the front pocket of his blazer and films me. He must think it's funny. The old way he swears he calls everyone. When she opens her, she's glassy-eyed. Maybe even shares them with all of China. Okay. Her mind wanders for a second. We really don't have any idea what goes on over there. My daughter said I might become an internet star there. You raise your eyes to look at their pastor. The last syllable hangs in the air, oddly accentuated. I doubt they'd well, perhaps you're right. Her voice becomes screechy. You think? I don't know anything about any of that. It's beyond me. Raise her eyes and probably look at you. And plus... Okay. And plus, I'm not a good influence on this boy. He's learning swear words. That's no way to learn a language. Especially not French. Language of love, the language of poetry, of ballads. She smiles a very sad smile at you. Okay. Her smile vanishes. That's why I no longer see my grandchildren. My son thinks it's better we wait until it passes. I think he's right. She stares right in your eyes. You can tell she doesn't believe what she just said. It's not because of the divorce? Separation, you mean? No. What? No, of course not. What a ridiculous idea. She lets out a little laugh, clearly designed to end the discussion. You're not far from your destination. In the back, the passenger is dousing herself with perfume. It smells dizzying, overpowering, oppressive. Does this bother you? It's quite strong. My apologies. She blushes briefly. I've been wearing this perfume for 25 years. Such a part of me, I don't even notice it anymore. It's the first present my husband gave me. It might be time for a change. Change my perfume? Why? No, forget it. You pull it for her bill, you change the fare, but it doesn't move. Everything okay? Yes, it's just... I'm always anxious about going home so late. No one is there. Alright. No lights on. Every noise seems suspicious. Okay. She pauses. Could you wait until I'm home before you leave? Her voice, suddenly very deep, as tone makes your hair stand on end. Sure. Thank you. Passion leaves the taxi and walks towards the lobby of her building. Watch her every move. She walks the dark mirrors between you and your taxi door. Choose not to mention that you do this for all your clients. Since the attack. Since you got hurt. Since you can't sleep like you used to anymore. She waves to you as the door closes. You have just enough time to get a glance at the white marble and shiny copper stairwell. The door slams. Oh, thanks for the tip, though. Thank you very much. I think I can go sightseeing. Maybe I'll find something. Is the gas station closed? Oh, no. Keep driving. You brake suddenly. A woman's voice resonates around the cab. I can't. I need a better signal. I'm here. I'm here. You turn around slowly. A young woman appears behind you. Don't shout. I'm afraid I'll lose the connection. I don't have much time. There's something strange about her face. It's as if she's several different people at once. Listen to me very carefully. I come from the future, and you must know that you met. She stops moving like a computer glitch. She stays this way, still frozen. Then she suddenly starts moving again. Where I come from, everything is in ruins. A virus has contaminated the majority of the population. Does the name Hyoga mean anything to you? You stare at her. Answer, we don't have much time. The name doesn't ring a bell, or maybe it does just vaguely. Cartoon, maybe? A manga? Is it one of my passengers? You can see the irritation in her face. Yes! Doesn't ring a bell. Not in the slightest. She looks at you briefly. Suddenly all hope seems to have drained from her body. Shit! I got here too early. She rolls her eyes. I don't have much time left, but because of an extremely violent movement. Fascists. Fascists in suits with tons of money and control over social media. In 2037, decides to cleanse Europe, literally and figuratively. Her voice suddenly sounds far away. It crackles. Melanin, evolution. We must. President of Iran, hero. She vanishes at once, leaving behind a pungent burn smell. Sounds like jazz, North African, played her metal instruments. A second later, it's all over. All that's left is your monumental headache. I guess I'll go to the gas station. Why is that a kid? Kid, why do you need a taxi? Well, I can go talk to the clerk, see if he has anything to give me. What do you got? I'm not even going to worry about the newspaper today. I think I'll survive without gas. No suspects? No suspects. I'll drive this guy around then. After that, we can probably do some sightseeing. Hopefully he's going a good direction. To the right would be great. Sure, that works, man. You pick up your client right outside the entrance of a public hospital. He slips in the backseat and blurts out an address in an upscale neighborhood. Everything about him denotes fatigue, voice, face, eyes. Checking by his clothes, you doubt he's a doctor. You're well aware that parents can be deceiving. Your eyes meet and give him a smile. He doesn't respond. The ride begins in silence. In the rearview mirror, you notice your passenger's clenched fist, tight mouth, and twitching eyelids. They're good at that hospital. Your words startle him. Excuse me? I was just saying they're good at the hospital. They took care of me a couple weeks ago. He moves it closer, so silent, to stare at you. Nothing serious, I hope? You shake your head, no. Technically, it is a car accident. Half truth. He gives a brief and mirthless laugh. I hope it wasn't your fault. It wasn't. The other driver's scaling the ice, and his recruiter has its smile. Empathy, perhaps? Utter silence. You try to read your passenger's thoughts in the rearview mirror. His head dips in a reluctant nod as to hesitant to speak. He puts his hand in his pants pocket for something. No luck. He breaks off. Sorry to have spoken, but his anger wins out. You can sense it beneath the surface eating away at him. What are you so angry about, you wonder? You're right. The staff of the hospital is excellent. Especially the nurses, the doctors too. They're young, committed, pretty unusual for a public hospital. He turns his gaze at the passage street with its Christmas decorations, dark windows, and rare passerbys. You don't let your guard down. I work in the private sector. I'm a gynecologist, but my father... His voice shakes. I can't even begin to tell you. He lowers his gaze, since he's gone to some far-off place. Then he comes around. The day I graduated from high school, my father shook my hand and said, "It's your turn now. Try to be as sexual as me, but you'll never be a match for me." Don't you think he was joking? Definitely not. I don't think I've ever heard him laugh. He pauses, visibly lost in thought. He doesn't like me. He hates me, really. He's always considered me an inferior being, like some kind of parasite, really. He's never forgiven me for going in the private sector. All told, we've talked maybe 3-4 times in the past 6 years. Chilling silence. Who reached out first? He usually did. Professor Jaw's slowly relaxing. He called to tell me an uncle or cousin had died. Sometimes it was just a pretext to make some new dig. You read my name in a magazine, want to make fun of one of my clients? He shakes his head. I've treated a lot of actresses. At one point, forget it. He's gonna die. He's only got a few days left. Generalized cancer. There's nothing more to be done. His new wife contacted me, asked me to come, so I did. Like a good son. He gives an acid laugh. He called me an idiot and roasted me in front of the intern. He didn't spare me a single fucking thing. The choices I've made, my life, my work. I grabbed my jacket and walked out. He can die there, all alone. I'm sorry. He seems to be taken aback by your thoughtfulness. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. If I trusted in my gut, I would have... He's unable to contain his anger any longer. I think I've gone. He manages to compose himself, catch his breath. When he speaks again, the tone of his voice is light and affected. The only thing that man ever gave me was hatred. I don't know what I did to deserve it. I worked hard. Everything I am today, I did it all without his help. He kicked me out the day I graduated. You can hear the muscles working in his jaw. Was that on account of the disease too? He remains silent. You can see his building at the end of the street. That was the last time I ever saw him, pale and shrunken, like a pathetic-looking rat. Small lab rat devoured by disease, his skin all shriveled up by the camo. You park your car. Your passenger hands you the fare. Keep the change. He exits the car and walks without closing the door. His footsteps echo through the quiet street and the door of his building slams shut. A moment or two passes and you get out of the cab to close the cab door. You look up the cushy apartments. Balconies are well maintained, some turned greenhouses, and you know some field plants, no doubt looking forward to summer. You climb back into the car. No clients? Yeah, no one in the case. I guess I can go sightseeing, see if I see anything. The headquarters of a 24-hour news channel. Kind of assays the audience with terrifying scoops and news flashes minus the coverage. Come out of the cab, cross the street, and enter an enormous entrance hall. TVs the size of your car are broadcasting the latest developments in the Sandman case. Go over to the reception desk, leave your ID, and take the stairs to the 8th floor where Daniel works. Television anchor was a regular customer of yours at one time. Usually high and is always friendly. A bit of help to him more than once. He waves you as enter office, he's expecting you. Across the open plan office, almost empty, and televised news says just a few yards away. Without scrolling tickers and the logos, everything seems very quiet. Before we have our little talk, there's something I need to tell you. I want to apologize for having to put you through all the messed up shit. You know, the drugs and everything else. I'm done with that. Congratulations, man. Thanks, well, I'm still working on it, but I met the right person and now I'm sure I'm going to. He gives it his head a vehement shake. Whether using or clean, Daniel does everything a lot faster than you do. Anyhow, in your text message you said a few questions about, the Sandman? I've got some information on the victims, but first, how should I put this? Daniel draws you in a look, goes, you can't breathe a word about this to anyone. Not a word. They find out I'm leaking information, they'll fire me. They don't mess around here when it comes to scoops. You either swing or swim. Right, I get it. I just want to know a little more about... Ooh. I don't think I have much about the third victim. The reporter? You probably saw it. Yeah, I did. Hold on a second. Leads you to the office with a tiny room. There's a Xerox machine. No one will bother us in here. Everyone here love Michaela. That's kind of an international correspondent. Knows what's what. A stubborn, hard-working chick. What an incredible woman. Received death threats a few days before. She get them so often. Well, do in fact. Not to mention the offensive tweets. Let's wait for a moment. But this time, it was serious. Dead serious. Glanced up at the enormous clock overhead. Listen, man. I owe you one. So what else do you want to know? Tell me more about... I think I already know... the fourth victim is the hair, right? I already know a lot about it, so give me the fourth one. Fat cat, he and his mother owned the pair at one time, so where all the money comes from. He lived a life of luxury, winter in the tropics, summer in St. Tropez, only best for dog and orchids. He didn't pay much attention to business, except that one time. That one time? That one time. Except the time he showed up at a board meeting. It was a few months before the Albatross burned down and vetoed the building's renovations. He was against spending money. Ooh, Alexandra, that doesn't make you look good. There's a knock at the door. Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry, I have to go around here. It's Battlefield. No worries, thanks for everything. He stopped short, realizing that for once he's been able to help you. A smile across his face. It feels funny to hear you say that. Turn to smile. I remember there was tears on the second and the third one, and maybe the first, but I don't know if there were any tears on the fourth one. And it would make sense if that's the guy who caused the fire to go out and his grandson. Oh! It was just an exhaust pipe. Okay, cool. That was something else. That's all. Nothing more. That's all. Nothing more. Okay. I see. Drive this guy around. That really doesn't make Alexandra look good, because the whole fire thing was about him. DJ Watson? Here you go, DJ. His eyes are hidden behind a pair of large, dark glasses, close where he gets sweat and blues, a clubber. He melts his destination and you start driving. A few words are exchanged, the weather, taxes, traffic. Then you hear it's coming. The inevitable conversation about the killer. Some information, rumors, things overheard. Make a mental note of what you heard. Who knows, might come in handy. Your mind wanders, your eyes vaguely scan the store windows. Sodium light coming off the street lamps feel like it's dripping in your brain. You're falling asleep. You need a bit of music to keep you awake. You glance at your passenger. You mind if I put a little music on? He waves his hand and say, who cares? You turn the radio on, press on a dial to find a station you like. 80s rock ballad, too soft. Find your passenger story about you hear him. Are you going to chant, mind-numbing? Some slow rap song filled with fake female? Okay. Two journalists discussing the latest discoveries of the Sandman. Nothing less. An ad interrupts and you change the station. Classic music again. The flute grates your ears. Stop. The fan from the dial, the music plays on. Not bad. Turn it up so I can hear it better. Okay. He leans forward. Not bad at all. Hear the touch of an accent, probably an American, but someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. The music continues, or something turning on in the background, persistent melody that gets higher and higher. Client mumbles. I bet. The song is coming to the end. Throws out a name, DJ. DJ Blunt. I knew it. You like the stuff? Yeah, it's good product. It's pretty conventionally structured, but it's super popular. DC Knickers. Still, I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In night 4 at a party at the Rex Club, there was this kid who started buying me rounds. He threw his hand around. A kid, no more than 17, thought he was hitting on me. He chuckles. He would have been disappointed. He shakes his head. No, he wanted me to teach him how to spin. I told him no, but you can watch. That's exactly what he did every week until he moved to the Horus. He sold X to pay his way in. He briefly snickers. And now he's on the radio. Silence fills the cab, wait silence. Type past your mind spinning. You know what he did this summer? He was the opener for the SAR Championship at Stade de France. It was huge. Wonders what people think if you know he was selling drugs at 17. Goes his voice a bit. If they only knew. Passenger clams up. You stare at your passenger and notice little details how old he must be. Thin hair on top of his head. Creases in his forehead. His worn blazers can't fasten anymore. We ran into each other at Knives 4 or 5 years ago. I almost jumped at the sound of his voice. I was spinning in this little club. Yeah, really little, but it was something. He totally ignored me, of course. Even with those dark eyes, see how angry he is. DJ motherfucking cunt. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He goes through his pockets and he says, your radio, can it take a flash drive? In case you really know what he's talking about. I don't know. No worries. Plays phone between. Listen to this. It's what I play tonight. It's mine. He sets his phone to play. But you know, people were barely dancing. Drum machine playing a hard edge beat in the background. They were taking each other's picture before notes start to dance in the cab. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. Perfect dance beat becomes progressively audible. All that, purely electronic crescendo plays, is over. There's a break in the music since the strings come stalling down without slowing it down. At least, past song's getting tense, getting explodes, your passenger drifts off. I got people dancing. The song keeps going for another minute. Then stops, your passenger doesn't budge. Drives to the rhythm of his snoring, the sound fills the cab. Ideas are bouncing through your head like they do every time you find yourself alone. The guy in the backseat is too old to be young. Look at your own hands, they look like they're suddenly aging in time-lapse. Close your eyes a second. Only a second. When you open them, you reach your destination and pulled over the sidewalk. Tap past your knees, you wake with a start. Shit, yeah? We're here, sir. Ah, yes. Great. He rummages through his pockets and hands you a few crumbled bills for fare. Thanks. I hope you liked it. Silence. The music. I mean my music, the song I played you. Should have been the spotlight, you see? 15 minutes of fame. Just a minute of... He stumbles a burp. You hear him mumble as he leaves the taxi. Those whiskey and Orginos really screwed my system. See him stagger towards his building. Takes him several tries to get the door open. He finally disappears inside. Heave a long sigh. Okay, come on. I could get a newspaper. I can drive the old guy. I don't have time even if the suspects are there. Is today? I think today may be the last night. Now that I've realized, isn't this the 6th night? Hospital St. Louis, please. I should just go home. Let me go sightseeing then. Sorry, dude. I might as well get all information I can about the killer. That thing about the fire really making me think it's Alexandre. Get out of your taxi, cross the street, and walk over to the hospital. It's a small, drab building with gray shutters. Kleiner's works here. You ask her about the reception desk, and you're given a floor and a room number. You climb the stairs. The smell of disinfectant is overpowering. 10 years before, someone had come up with an unfortunate color scheme. Putrid lilac, sickly orange, muddy red. You push open door 451 and see Jenna sitting on a bed, her face glow in the light of a cell phone. Oh, it's you. I was wondering when you were going to stop by. She stands up. Is this a good time for you? Sure, no problem. I was trying to get some sleep, but it's been a tough night. She forced a brief smile. I don't have that much time. A few weeks later, you've been there for Jenna. A few words exchanged during taxi ride, that's all, but you can't get off the rest to say thanks. You met for coffee, then settled in routine. Text messages sent out a week or so, see how the other was holding up. Schedule as a doctor meant you work nights too, but you never told her about the attack, about the Sandman. Who's that? So you want to know about Aquarium? You nodded yes and follow her down the hall to a small medical facility. You can hear the gurgle of a coffee maker. Coffee? Sure. She pours some coffee in an old cracked mug and leans up against the medicine counter. What's Pyrochrome used for? First I know. Is it related to the Sandman? She goes on before you can answer. You know I'm not an alien. I don't connect dots. Sure. Yes, it is. You update her on the situation, broad picture. There goes Curry, poison if you'd rather. Turn up current bromide is a muscle relaxant. Can be used as a general anesthetic. Used to be. Yeah, it's very cheap anesthetic. Ooh, it's cheap. It's not looking good for Alexandre, because I was thinking, like, if it was expensive, then yeah. Surgical interventions nowadays are much faster, but he's an older guy, right? Still using the United States on death row. A lot of anti-fighting have it. Patients apparently still feel the pain until they pass out. Oh, and one more thing. There was a break-in. Some was stolen. It's not the kind of thing that usually goes missing. It was the same night the building caught fire. The hospital was swamped. Most of the victims were sent here. And Anita's already getting hers from her husband, I think. Geraldine could have done it. Any way to find out the names of the victims? That's impossible. It's confidential. Nah, it's my turn. No problem. Coffee's actually very good here, right? She breathes through Broadway in your touch. There's something about her youth, about the light in her eyes. You smile back. Yes, it definitely is. A few minutes later, you're back in your cab. Luckily, the smell of the hospital has vanished, canceled out by the cold. You turn the key to the ignition. Jen's parting words echo through your brain and hum the engine. Be careful. Don't forget, you're not a cop. Relieved you told her the truth. Relieved and glad you shared it with her. You drive away. Alright, I think I can go home now. Yeah, just go home. You'll survive the day. Because I'm honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the evidence down and line it back up. Angelique. I'm not broke, right? I didn't check my current balance, but I'm assuming I'm not broke. Take a few minutes to update your board with your new clues. Steps in the hallway, then move away. Take your shoes off before getting to work. Huh. Victim 3. Is there anything about Victim 4 with tears? I don't see anything about Victim 4 with tears. Huh. Okay. And it's also cheap. But I think they also broke in. Night of the Fire. What'd you do night of the fire? You attacked during a protest. You were attacked during it. You do anything during the time? No. You didn't. First killing, you attacked a cop. This right here and the old man thing is making me think it's Alexandre. Criminal act. So possibly, if he was a scapegoat, then Alexandre must have thought that the first guy did the fire, and then he's probably looking for the killer. Or not the killer, whoever killed his grandson. And he thought the first guy did it, and it said it was a scapegoat, right? So, that probably wasn't the guy. It was just something that lined up. Suspect 2, there were tears on 2 and 3. But not at 1 and 4. And we know 1 has the fire, and the 4th one's the guy who didn't renovate it, so it makes sense to not have tears. But victim 2 and 3 received death threats. We don't know much about 3. Remember the secret escort database, newspaper and mouth. We already know they're a journalist. Victim 4. So victim 2... Not much known about victim 2. I'm thinking it's Alexandre right now. Because the refused to renovate, and then they described they wouldn't describe the tears if it wasn't useful. There were only tears on 3 and 2, and that's from the cop report. There's no tears on the first one or the 4th one. And the 4th one is the guy who didn't renovate, and the first one was the supposed killer of his grandson, who possibly started the fire. Yeah, I think, I was thinking it was Geraldine, but, like, she doesn't have a motive. What would her motive be to kill? She's just a hare. She attacked a cop. She's got no motive. She would have had possibly a motive to the 4th one, at somewhat, I suppose. But no. She lost her company to Group Diamante. She was fired. Christopher's obviously out of the question. Alexandre, though, renovate the fire right there. He fits the bill. Anita's just a CEO. She's not gonna kill. I was thinking it was really Geraldine, but he's the only one with a motive, and if you can't get a motive for it, it's gotta be him. The phone rings. You impulsively take a step back. It's the moment of truth. Pick it up. Hello? Hi. Ice cold. So? She heaves alongside. There's no background noise. She must not be at the station. Got a name for you. Where are you? I'm somewhere. None of your business. Like clinking noise, the sound of a teacup on a coaster, maybe? I'm listening. What have you got for me? Just clears your throat. It sounds louder, more confident. You against the wall, suspect all lined up, all the evidence, whole mess of your ideas, your stomach is in a knot. I have to remind you, you cannot get this wrong. I have a meeting in 2 hours with the district attorney and the chief of police. And the Mr. Material will be in the corner of a room somewhere. Obviously, I'm thrilled. Oh, but I certainly don't want to put too much pressure on you. You almost hear the smirk she must be wearing. You either see her down the table, now you have to decide. The fire and the old man thing is what gets me, because he's the only guy that looks visibly old. Maybe Geraldine looks older in person, but I think it's Alexandre. He has a motive. Hughes, you pick the phone back up and explain your choice to Lieutenant Bissett. Why, how, the evidence, your sources. Sheila's not saying a word. Stop talking and catch your breath. Okay. I'll buy it. Seems like a solid choice. I can fish around a bit to vet your information. She pauses. You can almost hear her nodding. I'll call you tonight. Try to get some sleep. She pauses. No, she's going to hang up on such a positive note. No, she's probably going to... It might be her last night of freedom. She snickers and hangs up. Put the phone down. You might as well be standing in the ice-cold emptiness of outer space. Decide to go to bed to sleep. Best way to kill time. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. Still on an open sofa bed. Best of the day run through your head. Streets, the pastures. Whew. You sigh that think in just a few hours it'll all be over. You have answers, Bissell will have her arrest. Paris will be peaceful again. What about you? What'll you do? You shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. A second later, you're asleep. You open one eye. You had a hard night, restless. You get the impression you aged 5 years in a matter of hours. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, outside your studio. I guess I'm still driving? Oh! You barely gone downstairs and catch Eye Bousset. She's leaning up against the door of your cab, eyes open. Get in. You obey. It's too early to react. Shells in the back seat flashes a smile. Good news. You're right. Or at least the DA thinks your evidence is sufficient. No emotion in her voice. She's giving you the facts, nothing more. We're going to catch the Sandman tonight. She glances at her watch. In about 2 hours, we're going to make him leave his place. How? Let us worry about that. Pulls some kind of pen out of her pocket that she puts in the little cubby just above the car stereo. This is a bug. What am I supposed to do? No more than usual? I've seen you and heard you enough to know that you have a trick, a gift for getting people to talk. I sucked out as a dangerous man, a wounded animal. I need someone calm, someone I can trust. She looks away, a little girl and her mother walking by the cab. Start a conversation, stay calm, get him talking, nothing more. I'll give you the meeting point, we'll be there waiting to grab him before things take a turn for the worst. She sighs. Two teens walk by the cab, and an intense smell of weed fills the cab, plus it doesn't budge. I know you can do it. If you stick to the plan, nothing can go wrong. But if there's a problem, if you stick to the plan, there won't be any problems. She lays her hand on the door handle. You pick the suspect up, drive to the meeting point, and you're free. Easy as pie. She gets out of the cab, slams the door, and walks away quickly. Shit! 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 You hit the dashboard, tense pain spreads through your hand, you grab the keys, the ignition, and turn. The motor comes on. Your night's about to begin. Your last night. I guess I get to drive people around for a bit longer. That's not the killer. Jellerine, are you the actual killer? Is that a bug? I hope that's a bug, because I did not choose you. Did I make a mistake? Is the game bugging? First is one of your suspects. Second one we never seen before. First, we're going in two different directions. I'm going to St. Germain, she's going to Otello. Both women look at each other. Go ahead. It's better you go first. You might catch cold otherwise. You sure? Completely. Friend comes over and opens the door. Thanks for it. I really need someone to talk to. Felt good to be able to say. Well, that's actually, I'm going to think bear off. I'll call you, okay? She's wearing makeup, but her hair is a mess. The coat wearing is something very expensive. Turns you with an odd look on her face. Having a good evening. You nod, slightly surprised by her tone. She sounded like just 1 million's playing the lottery. Mostly calm. Ah, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. Restaurants around here close late. That helps. Did the game bug? I'm confused. Why am I driving her? I chose Alexandre. Is it her? I'm just gonna drive. I was just at Le Pierre. What an incredible restaurant. Do you know it? Heard of it. Oh yeah? Seems genuinely interested. We tend to find out about good spots like that, driving tourists off or picking them up. Handy. Her smile's starting to make you uncomfortable. Yeah, I was thinking you must, meet all sorts of people. All shapes and forms, yes. Must be refreshing, night after night, new faces, new stories. You enjoy the restaurant? It was excellent. I also went to see my retaliation through to the end. Retaliation? Yes, retaliation. He leans forward slightly. Tell me, have you ever wanted to take revenge? Attitude suddenly seems scary. Your blood frees before her action continues. I recommend it. It's an absolutely incredible sensation. I've never felt so good. She heaves a satisfied sigh. That woman you saw back there? Her name's Anita. A few months ago, she destroyed everything I built for myself. When my father passed away 10 years ago, I found myself in charge of his candy business. A tiny shop, horrendous kitchen. I had to fire half the people on payroll, poured every cent I had into it, got to organic, local products. 2 years later, I had seven Banquets? I don't know. In and around Paris, 14th old in France. Les Cafés Numéro, you heard of them? Yeah! Well, it's all me. I mean, it was all me. Since it was such a success, since we needed to open more and more shops to look for investors, little by little my tiny business become huge, and I had to add more people to my board, and that's how I pan Anita. Which reminds you of an Arctic Wind. Need her investment fund. Sounds like a title of a children's book, but a twisted, unsavory one. She sighs again, sadly this time. I was fired from my own company 4 months ago. Why? Oh, because I didn't want to sell to a big group. I didn't want a franchise. I just wanted to sell really good candy, see it in the wake of my father's failure. I made a mistake. When they gave me the boot, I pretended to save face, pretended it was the best thing for me and my family. More time to spend with my children. I lied. She looks away. I felt so ashamed, like I was less than human. Dirty rag to throw out without a second thought. She snickers. You have a moment of doubt about her and one of your suspects. The very next day, I was conned by association to find her prevent tax fraud. And it's complicated. Sort of Trojan horse praying, want to sell my remaining excellent click. Night, you're after hesitating for weeks, she finally took the bait. Felt like a spy. Spy dressed like a bum. She points to her pajamas, her boots, her hair. Look on her weird face when he saw me. I gave Anita an Oscar-winning performance. Told her I wanted to sell what I still had. Get the hell out of this shitty country. But that I wanted things to be handled discreetly, without her making a fuss, without having to pay out the nose. She said okay. Let's make a con actor specialist. If my plan works, disappear. You're really okay with that? I have no choice. It's them or me. Attending the Group Diamante must be stopped. They're involved in all sorts of shady deals. Tax style, offshore accounts, maybe worse. Do everything, I'd bring her down and raise a hand, put an end to your conversation. Notice something up down the street. I could use a drink. Actually, I need a drink. Points to the bar, well at Lindo's with dark red and green lights inside. Stop here. She gives you a small tip with a smile on her lips. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good. Excellent work. Gets out quickly out of the cab. Door slams, follow the same silence comes after each passenger. Watch her. You lean over to catch a glimpse of her. Her get-up makes an impression on some of the people in the bar. She walks straight out of the bar and raises two fingers, the kind of comments only a regular can have. You sigh. Turn the key to the ignition and start driving. Oh, there he is. Of course they had to make it as far as humanly possible, just so I can have the dread. I was thinking the game was bugged, but no, I guess I gotta drive Geraldine around. Here we go. Moment of truth. I do remember that if you fail this, the guy actually will kill you. So, I gotta choose my words carefully. I also need to get a confession out of him. Okay. I'm gonna need your services. You pull up to the sidewalk and wait for the suspect to exit the building. It's an hotel, not a very nice one. Heavy bars protect the windows, not that they need to. It doesn't look like they open. You must have come here after the fire. How many other survivors have been living and sleeping here for months on end? Back door opens, your passenger sits down. St. Louis Hospital, please. He's been drinking and sent you booze cells in your cab. You nod and start driving. You ride along, your passenger doesn't look at you. He seems preoccupied, attracted by something outside. You'd love to be able to read his mind, to understand how he got to this point. How he can kill so methodically in cold blood. Looks like a nice grandfatherly type. What if he's not the guy? Boss said will make you pay. You almost jump at the sound of his voice. Change of plans. Need to go to 122 Rudy Liberty. You raise an eyebrow. Understood. At the intersection, you change directions and drive away from the main point with the police. How can you fix this? Maybe you can drop your passenger off and explain. You might try to escape. What he's going to do in Red It's a posh neighborhood, theater, shops, office buildings. You can't your gut there's something else in Red Aren't Group Man's headquarters somewhere nearby? Group 2 might come responsible for the fire. There's no way that's coincidence, not chance. You raise an eye, look in the rearview mirror, and cross your passenger's gauge. Everything alright? Voice clear, crystal clear. No situs, alcoholic slur. Nod. Not much of a talker, are you? I suppose it must get old. All your passengers, their stories, their problems, their questions. Voice is different. Way of speaking, something's changed. You almost reach your destination, you tense up. Quite bothered. I'm worried about you, my friend. You freeze. You haven't slept much this week. You don't dare turn around. I think you've got a little too... Oh, fuck. Why don't we make a deal? You tell me what you know when they're playing tonight, and I'll let you live. Out comes the weapon. You don't know where it came from, but it's now pointed right at you. One sign, one move, and you disappear. Understood? You nod very slowly. Who do you work for? Cops. Shakes his head in disappointment. That's what I thought. Why you? You're the cab driver I shot, aren't you? You nerd and nod. You come to the address I gave you. I'm sorry. You surprised me. I panicked. I didn't mean to. What do they want from me? The cops? Suppose I'll call from the hospital in the middle of the night. Was it a trap? His voice seemed so soft. You have to play the honesty card with him. Be straight. They want a confession. A confession? The car's bugged. He grins. Why are you telling me all this? I could kill you and... I'm not afraid to die. Pretty daring to say something like that. I believe it. Really? Yes. He stares right in your eyes, remember the truth reflection in the rearview mirror. I thought so too once, in my youth. I don't know if I really believed it. Since I lost my grandson, I know I believe it. That's why I started killing. You can't kill someone else unless you're ready to die yourself. Unless you're crazy, that is. Always a voice. Unless the turn becomes coarser. Unless you're crazy. He senses his body suddenly relax. Very well. You start driving. I must wonder what you're doing. A drop of sweat drops down your spine. Listen very carefully what I'm going to say. I have no regrets, not one, not for any of my victims. Each and every one deserved to die. They lied, they turned a blind eye, they caused the death of more than 80 people. And for what? For money. Good, you get it. He adjusts his posture, a mere detail perhaps, but you notice his weapon's still right there, though. When he starts speaking, his voice is slower, like he suddenly got 10 years older. I broke into your place, you know. I saw your wall, your files. There are two possibilities. Either you work for the cops, or for the Group Diamante. But I figured Group Diamante could afford to hire a private detective. And I saw you stick your nose into things left and right. Each time I moved forward, there you were, sniffing around. I need to know more about you. He freezes, shaking. You must think I'm a little nuts, right? He doesn't wait for a reply. I started killing because no one was doing anything. That journalist sold it to Diamante. The Sea Hall woman, rotten to the core. That son of a bitch arsonist. I'm sure he's the one who set fire to the Albatross. Even the old guy, who's just a stalker like any other, willing to do whatever it takes to make a few thousand more. His voice becomes screechy. And now let me ask you, what was it to him? He was already a millionaire. My life doesn't change when I find a penny in the gutter, does it? You nod. There's no moment to disagree. I was a soldier, you know. Yes, you probably know that already. You checked up on me. Indochina. I was barely 20. They gave me a rifle and some bullets. They pointed to 3 guys in the field and said, those are our enemies. You have to kill them. So I killed them. He pauses. He watches a woman bike by outside. She's completely unaware. When I understood they were, when I discovered what we were fighting for, it was too late. When I came back to France, I was treated like shit. No one gave a damn about us. He gags on his own words. What happens if I run right now? They'll arrest me instead. Is that why you're helping them? Yeah. You must have done something shady. You done time? Yeah. Something major, I suppose? He shrugs. You seem like a good guy. Couldn't care less what you did. He sits in thought for a while. His gun is shaking. It would bother the hell out of me if you went to jail for me, really. You're not far now. Next year on the right, the old man clears his throat. I, Alexander Lecric, confess to the murder of Jean Bitron, Sandrine Rollin, Michael LeBlanc, and Henry de Toulouse. I worked alone, no accomplices, no outside help, gave them an anesthetic, I used China. While they were suffocating, I talked to them, went through the list of all the horrible and cruel acts that contributed to the Albatross fire. That was my motive, to seek revenge for the death of my grandson and dozens of other victims. Nothing personal, just justice. He pauses, sniffles, and leans over to you. You think that'll do it? You nod, seeing the rear of that woman has disappeared. Good. I have one thing to ask you. My daughter. The voice fades out just as you turn to the alleyway. Headlights from the police fled to your gab with bright light. Another car comes to block you in. A voice on a megaphone asks you to get out of taxi. Turn to your passenger. He's not moving anymore. Nice mess, huh? Lieutenant managed to fit twice as much cynicism than usual in her voice. Cops only will just let you back in your taxi. They don't know if they're going to be able to save him yet. The dose he gave himself was fit for a horse. Earlier, when you're talking to Alexandre, he gave himself a shot. Doesn't look good. He committed suicide in your back seat. Real nice mess. I've run into some crazy criminals on the job, but he is among the top 3. Let her talk. He convinced he's a hero. He's incapable of understanding the seriousness of his crimes. He thinks he's Robin Hood. She flashes a clear and honest smile. Anyway, you did good work on this case. Must admit I'm a bit surprised. Impressed, even. Listen, you're no longer needed here. We got the tape. We have your statement. And when he decides to wake up, we'll get his. Cloud flicks away an imaginary ball of fuzz on the lake. She throws the fuzz somewhere in your taxi. Actually, if you kind of get the hell out of here as soon as possible, don't leave the country. Obviously, I need to be available if I have questions. But I no longer consider you a suspect. You're free to go. She puts your hand on the door. And what's the magic word? Go fuck yourself. She you remain completely still, consumed with anger and exhaustion. The cop waits for you to go back up. You start the taxi and pull out of the alleyway. Flashing lights, the cops, it all quickly vanishes. You speed through Paris. Not a soul on the road. A thought crosses your mind, almost against your will. You hope Alexandria will survive. And you start driving west, far from Paris, far from everything. And that's the Sandman case. Man. I was really thinking it was Jared Orlean, but, like, they have to have a motive. And the only one that made sense was him. I'm happy you confessed, though. He was at least nice enough, you know. He's an old man. He's doing this for justice, as he so calls it, so it makes sense he didn't want someone to get hurt because of him. Someone unrelated. Although he did shoot me, but hey, you know. But yeah. It's a fantastic game. I love Nightcall. I think I got it back in like a Humble Bundle years ago. So just to be able to finally finish it, first started playing in 2022, now it's 2025, yeah. Just finished it. It's good. Very good game. Man. Dun 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 dun. Sun is about to come up. You drove all night long with your window open. You're so tired, your chest is tight and your ears are heavy, but you can't stop. Not now. You're gonna run out of gas soon. Flight went about 20 kilometers back. You're somewhere in Normandy. You pull over the shoulder and get out. There's almost no traffic. You step over the guard as your eyes adjust to the cold for break of dawn. The sun will soon rise over the horizon. You get your phone out and dial a number. It doesn't ring, direct to voicemail. A voice asks you to leave a message after the beep. Hey, I wanted to. You catch your breath. When Addie told me she held you on the phone just to hear the sound of your voice, I thought it was stupid. But now, the sun is slowly rising as colors reflecting the landscape. Bare underbrush, a tiny village lost in fog off the distance, the hilltops sparkling with dew. The view seems alien to you. I wanted to thank you for giving me the opportunity to redeem myself. Thanks. That word disgusts you, but it's too late. Thanks to you, I did something more, and I think, who knows? Silence started speaking. You haven't spoken to your brother in years. Well, in a matter of speaking, you grin. Hey, it's good. She's doing better. Her business is doing well. She doesn't think about you so much anymore. She's seeing someone right now, I think. She doesn't tell me everything. You pause. Truck flies by, smears you. I thought when it was all over, I thought I'd be able to get some decent sleep. Close my eyes and sleep. Really sleep. Finally. But sleeping is just a break. It doesn't put an end to it. It all starts up again as soon as a voice cuts you off. You have reached the maximum limit time, please. You hang up, your phone feels heavy in your hand. What should you do now? There's a broken fence in front of you, linked to a small footpath in the woods. Behind you is a highway leading to the sea. I'm gonna get back in the car. You sigh and retrace your steps. On the other hand, car, you found your overheated cab. Next gas station can't be much further. You slowly turn the key in the ignition. There's gotta be something for you out there. And with that, that's the Sandman case of Nightcall. And now I have only one thing left to say. Peace.